In this digital income system review, I'm going to talk about why I've been getting several phone calls lately about digital income system possibly being the next big ticket company to get the axe. I first put a review of digital income system up about a week or two ago, and since that video, I've had numerous calls and tips from insiders in the industry telling me that digital income system is the next one on the chopping block. Now, there's no way to know if that's true or not, but I do understand why many people think it's going to be the next one to go down. I don't like seeing our government constantly shutting these companies down, but in some cases it really does come down to protecting the people of our country. So if you look at the trend, it's usually the bigger names that have a lot of momentum that get shut down. Mobe was a big name and it got shut down. And then there was Digital Altitude, another big name, and that got shut down. Recently, it was 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle. Again, a big name with lots of momentum, at least at the time of getting shut down. So now one of the only big names left in this weird little niche is Digital Income System. Its name has slowly been growing, and it's now getting fairly big. It's currently got a lot of momentum behind it, so it makes sense why many highly intelligent people are saying it's going to be the next one to go down. So that brings me to the purpose of this video, and why I made this digital income system review. The reality is this: if you want your big ticket investment to last, I came up with a logical strategy. Since the FTC always takes down the big names in this crazy big ticket niche, why not work with a much smaller company? Something that's a lot more under the radar, I guess you'd say, that's very unlikely to get shut down. Now, I've been working with the same company for the past 9 years. They've been around for 11 years, and they were one of the first, if not the first company, to start this whole new genre of big ticket companies that offer these digital products. Now, as you probably know, all these companies pretty much stemmed from companies that operated in a very gray area where they were kind of like gifting type deals where there wasn't really a product. So the company I'm talking about was the first one to really make that big change and offer the digital products that keep these things fairly legal. Again, gray area. So you can never say 100% on anything in this stuff, but as close as possible to legal. The owner has told me himself that he enjoys keeping things smaller. And he always says, why becoming a big name could likely bring too much heat to his organization. And that makes a lot of sense to join and work with a company like this, the one I'm talking about, because there's a low risk that you're going to lose all the fees that you pay to join, and it's my personal opinion that digital income system is risky right now. I mean, look at all those people in 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle. All that money they paid to join is now gone forever. There's no way to get it back, at least that I've heard of. I haven't heard of any attempt on the part of the government to try to get people their money back. I guess anything's possible, but highly unlikely we should say that that money will ever be seen again. So, and I listened to many of the sad stories from that organization, and since I'm out on YouTube, I had people calling me, and I was doing free therapy, trying to tell them what I think they should do with what they have and try to make the best of the situation. And I do that often, even if I make no money, test me out. I don't do things just for money. All the time people call me up, and that's why I heard so many sad stories of the people that were in 8-Figure that lost all their money. Anyway, point is, back on track, I told many of them what I'm saying here to you. I said, the company I've been working with for almost a decade stays very small, and the owner is what I call, he's smart enough to play his cards right. Again, he's been doing this for over a decade. Plus, since it's a smaller outfit, there's much less competition and cutthroat activity like people stealing your sales or fighting over keywords and leads. So I'll leave you with this. This is how my brain compares digital income system to the stock market. I know it sounds a stretch, but bear with me here. I'll make a point. Now, I'm not a great stock investor, but I've been buying stocks for 20 years. And you can call me boring, but I always buy what are considered to be safe stocks, like blue chip stocks. My number one rule in stocks is to always buy the more conservative stocks that are likely to be around for many years. Some, again, call those blue chip stocks. I apply this same rule to my big ticket marketing. I've done really well with this strategy. I've been able to buy multiple homes with all the money I've made in big ticket, and I get paid pretty good profits from renting some of those homes out. So just be careful of what many call flash in the pan, type or style companies that are here today and gone tomorrow. There's always a new one, as you know, like every day or every week. And notice, unlike so many others who beg you to join them, I don't have to do that. People just come to me already interested in what I'm talking about and what I can do for them, and that's what I teach my students to do. You don't have to be on YouTube to do it. You can do it all over. There's places all over the internet. And but I teach my students to have people coming to them. You know, you've probably heard of that. It's called positioning, and you always want to position yourself to where you're an authority. And anyway, point being that you can do the exact same thing. Again, you don't have to be sitting here on YouTube doing it. There's like literally hundreds of different ways to be positioned as an authority on the internet and have people come to you. So I always tell people in big ticket, stop using, it's just my opinion, but my recommendation, I don't want to be too cocky here, but I would say stop using those techniques that you know you're seeing evidence they don't work. You know, the lead generation techniques that many of the coaches and sponsors are showing. So again, if you position yourself correctly and you have your leads come to you, you only need like 2 leads a day or 3 leads a day to do that successfully. Whereas the other way, you've got to have, like, sometimes people are working with what, 10,000 leads, 1,000 leads, 500, 200, what big numbers. I have probably 2 to 3 leads call me a day. Keyword, they call me. And even before YouTube and even without YouTube, I can still use that technique, and I can show you how to even do it without YouTube. Anyway, that's how you always need to position yourself, because otherwise you are chasing people, and you know what happens when you chase people. It doesn't end well. They don't respect you. They're not going to spend big money. You know, occasionally you'll get one, so if you've had some sales doing that, you know, don't beat me up. I know it is possible, but why would you want to subject yourself to that torture? It's not easy. It's equivalent to, I don't know, like telemarketing. I tried that once, hated it, and that's why I do what I do, because I can't stand the idea of trying to convince people of things. So just like if you ever decide to reach out to me, you'll see I will never try to convince you of anything. I just tell you the facts, and that's what I teach my students. Just explain the facts to people and let them make their own conclusions. And that works. Again, I've been coaching people even in digital income system, and again, that's why I made this digital income system review, is because it works even if you're going to do digital income system. It even works within that system or within that company. So again, this might be the only video you've ever seen where I'm not asking you or going to ask you to join me. You can if you want, but as my not so humble mentor Dan Kennedy used to always say, I'm going to eat steak and lobster either way. Again, I don't want to be cocky. I don't always think that way, but it is better than the other alternative of being desperate and trying to convince people to join you. So I do think it's a much better way, a mindset to do this business. Plus, I've always found my own success by joining those who aren't desperately trying all those kung fu sales tactics on me. I like working with people where there's like little to no pressure and little to no stress. So I'll never bug you or beg you to join me. But I will provide you with a way that you can reach me if you ever want to know what's really going on inside this strange world of big ticket marketing. I'll put my contact info below, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, because I'm always creating videos with some of my best marketing tips. Got a couple more coming out in the next couple days, and that concludes my digital income system review. Again, have a blessed day. Bye for now.